Hi, I'm Jeff Winter from Studio Cycles, and this is the 411. I'm buying a second generation Schwinn IC Evolution. Schwinn made the Evolution series bikes after Schwinn and spinning, the relationship between Schwinn and spinning was dissolved. Schwinn was in limbo for 3 or 4 months, and then Nautilus Health and Fitness Group picked up the Schwinn Fitness brand. They immediately reintroduced their indoor cycles, calling them ICs instead of spinners. And the first generation Evolutions had red handlebars. There is a separate video here on YouTube that breaks down the first generation Evolutions, the pluses and the minuses. The second generation Evolutions, which were produced from about 2004 up to 2009, they had black handlebars. And they also came out of the box with bottle cages on the sides of the fork legs. That's what's significant about the second generation Evolutions. But more importantly, in the most glaring dynamic mechanically from the first to second generation Evolutions, is that where the first generation Evolution had a small bottom bracket that was virtually impossible to get out of the bike when it failed and it needed to be replaced, the bottom bracket being the bearing cartridge that the crank arms rotate on. On the second generation Evolutions, they went to a larger diameter bottom bracket shell, which made replacing the bottom bracket 100 times easier. I have read some things online in different blogs and different forums about the Schwinn bottom brackets on their IC series bikes, and here's the bottom line on that. I can tell you this from experience because I've literally built, tuned, and refurbished thousands of IC bikes. The most glaring dynamic in terms of differences from the first generation to the second generation Evolutions is, in terms of mechanical differences, the second generation IC Evolutions, and IC Pros and Elites for that matter, went to a large diameter isospline bottom bracket. The isospline bottom bracket is the longest lasting and most durable bottom bracket in the industry. You won't see broken crank arms laying on the floor or bottom bracket failure after a year or so of use in a commercial facility. The bottom brackets on the Schwinn IC series bikes, have read a few things on blogs and forums about the IC series having bottom bracket issues. Here's the bottom line, and I can tell you this in no uncertain terms because I wrote the manual for these bikes, volume 2 of the Ultimate Tech Manual series, and the bottom line with the supposed bottom bracket issue is this. Intermittently, there were bikes that left the factory where the bottom bracket wasn't screwed all the way into the frame, and what would happen over time is the bottom bracket would slowly unscrew from the frame, and it would put the chain wheel, which is what's attached to the crank arm on the drive side, it would push it out and push it up against the chain guard. And what you had to do was take the chain guard off, take the crank off the bottom bracket, loosen the non-drive side, screw the fixed cup back in on the drive side, and TFP it to the right setting, or put the right torque foot-pound setting on the fixed cup, which screws all the way into the frame on the drive side, and then reset the adjustable cup on the non-drive side and give the spindle a tap on each side to recenter the bottom bracket cartridge within the cups. Good to go, never have an issue again. But because there are so many bikes in clubs that are being just hammered 5, 6, 7 times a day, 7 days a week, and no real in-depth care and proactive maintenance, more reactive maintenance, there haven't been a lot of answers for the bottom bracket issue outside of my tech manual and my website. So second generation IC Evolutions, black handlebars, bottle cages on both sides, and the oversized isospline bottom bracket. This is a solid bike if you can find it, and it's been effectively refurbished. This bike here is an 08-09 model. It landed in the US in 09. It's probably less than 6 months old. We still tore it all the way apart, down to the frame, just because typically when these are built new out of the box, they're built like a table from IKEA. They can't build these things fast enough out of the box. Pull it out of the box, put the screws in the hole, put it in the club, and then pound the crap out of it every day, 7 days a week. So when bikes come to us, even if they're a few weeks or a few months old, we tear them apart and go completely through them. Our certified pre-owned bikes, lifetime warranty, lifetime parts replacement for residential customers, and even on a 5-year-old used commercial bike, after we've done our refurbishing and our quiet tune process, even for commercial facilities on our certified pre-owned bikes, we offer a brand new bike warranty, which is 3 years parts, 5 years frame. For more helpful bike buyer aid videos, check us out online at studiocycles.com.